Hey everyone, it's Ken with Ken's Creations. Well, I wanted to show you how you can take any image you found on the internet, in Google Images or in Yahoo Images, and create layers using Design Space. So when you go into Upload Image, you have two different options. You have a basic upload, which is your JPG, GIF, PNG, or BMP files, and these are going to be single layer files. And a lot of the photos you find on the internet are going to be one of these files because they were not designed as an SVG file. A vector file or a vector upload is your SVG or your GXS files, and these are going to have multiple layers. So, for example, the designer, when they designed it, knew it was an SVG, and when you use this image, Design Space knows it's in layers, and it's going to cut it based on the color of layer. So if I ungroup this, you're going to have multiple different layers to this piece. Well, let's say you want to design something using a particular picture that's not an SVG file. So for example, let's say I have a nephew who loves Mountain Dew, and let's say I wanted to do a card using the Mountain Dew logo, which is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the Mountain Dew logo, and I'm going to go ahead and save this image to my desktop by just right-clicking, Save Image, and save it to my desktop. Then I'm able to go into Upload Image. I want to go ahead and upload this as a basic upload, and you have 3 steps. You have to select, clean, and save. So you're going to select your image, you're going to clean, which is erase the parts you don't want, and then you're going to save the different layers. So we're going to continue to step 1. We need to browse for that image, and I saved it to my desktop. So I'm going to go to my desktop. There's that Mountain Dew, and then you're going to select if it's a simple image, a moderate image, or a complex image, and in this case I'm going to do complex, and you're going to continue to step 2 or 3, whatever it is. Alright, so as you can see, my image wasn't there. It's because it's right here. So it's zoomed way in. So you have a couple options up here. You have a zoom out, which is what we're going to want to do, so we can look at the whole logo. And then you also have a zoom in. You have an undo, redo. You have this magic wand, which we're going to be using. You have an erase. You have a crop, and you have a eye, which shows you where your line would be. So wherever this red line is, that is what it's going to create. Okay? So what we're doing right now is we're creating the first layer, which is this green base right here. So we don't really need to get rid of anything because we want that green base. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue to step 3. This is the Mountain Dew base. Hit save image. It's going to save that, so there it is right there in black. I can go ahead now and bring that onto my mat. And we're going to go ahead and change the color to that dark green color. Alright, so we're going to do the exact same process again. We're going to hit upload image, we're going to hit basic upload, continue to step 1, browse for that Mountain Dew, open, complex image, continue to step 2. This time though, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the green, okay? Because I just want this outer layer, which is the light green. I'm going to look at my little eyeball here, and it's going to show me just that cut layer. I'm going to go ahead and say, yep, that's it. Continue to step 3, and this is layer 1. Save that image. And I'm going to go ahead and insert that image. We're going to change the color to a lighter green. And then that is your image right there. Which it's not much of a shadow, which we knew it wouldn't be because it is a Mountain Dew. Alright, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go ahead and go into here. We're going to select clean and save, so we are going to go browse. We are going to go ahead and go to Mountain Dew again, open, complex image, continue to step 2. This time we want the white, so we're going to take our little magic wand, get rid of the 2 layers there. We're going to hit the eyeball. Now, as you can see, there's a little line all around here. So when we hit the eyeball, it seems to think that line's there. So what we need to do is we need to take our eraser. We're going to zoom in so we can see if you can, I don't know if you can see that line. It's right, it's a very faint line. We're going to want to get rid of that, and sometimes your image will have that. That's okay. Just use your eraser and get rid of that. And if you mess up, that's okay. Like I just messed up right there, I'm going to hit that undo button. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video so you don't have to watch me erase this whole thing. And then we'll show you the next parts. Alright, so now that I went ahead and got that faint line that's all around gone by using the eraser, which can be time consuming, I'm not going to lie, I have my white layer. So I'm going to continue to step 3, and I'm going to go ahead and put my white layer, hit save image. It's going to go ahead and once again bring up these black looking box. I'm going to go ahead and insert that image. I'm going to change it to white, and that will go right here. Now, as you can see, all of these are coming in at the same size. So you're going to want to play around with the sizing a little bit, just like that, to get it to the size you kind of want it. So let's go ahead and bring that down in size. And that can go right about there. Alright, we have 2 more layers. We have the mountain and the dew. Now you could do this as a single layer and just cut it twice, one with the red, one with the green, or you can create separate layers, which I'm going to create the separate layers just so you guys can see the process done again. So I'm going to go to my basic upload. I'm going to go ahead and browse to find that Mountain Dew logo again. It's a complex image. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to use my magic wand to get rid of everything I don't need, which is everything. Let's start with the mountain part. Now, if I hit my magic eye, you're going to see it has a lot of those tiny little lines that we've been having a problem with. I'm going to go ahead and turn my eraser to the biggest size it can, and I am just going to start erasing like crazy everything on the page except for that mountain. So we can just get rid of most of this. And then basically just keep turning on that eye to see where else you need to go ahead and erase. So let me clean up this image, and as soon as I get back, we'll go ahead and make this layer. Alright, so once again, I'm just going to keep going back to this eyeball and seeing where the red pieces are. What's nice is when you're in this mode, it will turn into a little cross, as you can see there. And if you hover right over it and click, you know it's exactly where you need to erase. So I really like that feature too. I have a little bit right there I need to go ahead and erase. And then of course along this edge still I have some. So we're going to go ahead and zoom out to make sure I got all of those pesky little red lines, which I did. So we can go ahead and continue to step 3. Oh, I forgot some in the back corner there, so we need to hit back. Need to zoom out, and I completely missed this. So good thing. Alright, now let's check to make sure I got all the red lines. I did, so continue to step 3. There is our mountain layer, so we can save that image. And this should be in red. So we're going to go ahead and bring that into session here. We're going to change it to red. Now, right now, the Cricut Explore and Design Space does not do print and cut. So the only reason I am changing the colors is that way I know when it separates it into the mats, I know what colors I'm working with. Alright, so I want to bring that up a little. Alright, so the last thing we have is the do part. So let's go ahead, basic upload again. We're going to go ahead and go to browse, Mountain Dew, open. It's a complex image. Continue using that lovely wand. We want to get rid of everything except for the dew. Now on the dew, you're going to notice that there is white in here, so you want to make sure to get also that. So we're going to go ahead and turn our eraser to the big size because I have a lot to clean up in those pesky little lines that were around. So once again, the best way to do this is to just erase, turn your eyeball on, and it's going to show you where all those lines are. So I'm going to go ahead and just zoom in and keep going around this entire image and getting rid of all of the lines I don't want. Oh, and then as you can see, I just messed up there. And then I'm just going to keep hitting that eyeball to see where those pesky lines are. So let me go ahead and clean up this image, and we will be done with this layer. Alright guys, I went ahead and cleaned up the image, so all we have left is the do part, so we can go ahead and continue to step 3. Now keep in mind, not all of the images are going to be this complicated, so you won't have to always get rid of a lot of the lines like I'm doing on this one. Anyways, let's go ahead and save the image. And we're going to go ahead and insert that. Now this one, I made a mistake. This one should be red, and this one should be the darker green. So we're going to go ahead and size down do. Which is about right there, and then we can go ahead and draw a box around this and group it to where we could size it to however we want. Alright, so there's the Mountain Dew logo. So now when we hit go, because we created layers, it's going to put these all on the different mats. So that is how you can create layers in the Cricut Explore using any image. And I've done this with Bitstrip images, I've done it with Google, I've done it with Yahoo. I've created all of these different layers to create a quote-unquote SVG file out of it. So this way, if you want to create a layers from one of these other images, you can do that. Just by following the steps that I showed you. Alright, I hope you guys learned something new today. I love this feature, and I just love everything I'm learning with the design space just by going in and playing with it. Make sure you're following my blog at www.creativeken.blogspot.com. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube videos by clicking the subscribe button above. Why, thank you for subscribing. You're going to love my channel. And make sure that you go out into your own Cricut design space and practice how you can create layers using any image. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Go out there and create something magical.